There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. I almost didn't take in enough breath before starting that, and you could hear right at the end I was struggling. That's what happens when you've been doing this show for nearly 2 years. Your spiel gets longer and longer until it's like, we've reached critical mass. I was never a very good singer. But why are we here? We are here because October was just a cuckoo bananas month for reveals, releases. We had all of the Hasbro Brocom Pulse things. We had Neca doing their 31 Days of Fright and all points in between. So I'm going to do what is going to become a monthly feature where I'm going to do my top 20 or maybe 25 or maybe 10 in a slow month. I don't know. Either way, it's the countdown of the biggest news and reveals of the month. And this is the one for October. Universal Monsters Dracula figure. Gosh, you know what? That was a pretty good Bela Lugosi, even if I do say so myself. I'm good at voices. Why won't people hire me? I'm an untapped resource and so modest as well. But the Bela Lugosi Dracula it looks really great. I'm so tempted to buy into this line because I love the Universal Monsters. Juanita is the Bride of Frankenstein. I'm in love with the Universal Monster. That was the show she did before we stopped working in theme parks. Well, she still is working in theme parks. It's just me who's still living in my parents' attic. But still, the Universal Monsters are classics, and this is just perfect Dracula. So this paired up with the Mummy, the Wolfman, the Frankenstein's monster, which I saw in Forbidden Planet the other day. Oh my god, it looks so good. I think if I ever get a little bit spendy, I might just go ahead and buy all the Universal Monsters. The Last of Us. Oh gosh, probably one of my favorite game franchises of all time. If not, maybe my favorite of all time. It's tough. It's tough. There are a lot of high contenders. But The Last of Us 2 took me on an emotional, brutal journey that I still look back fondly and sort of shudderingly with. I know a lot of people didn't like various decisions in Last of Us 2. I will go on record right now saying I loved everything. Plus, I have a big crush on the Abby character. But besides that, it's just about time we got some really good figures. And Neca, I mean, hey, look, that's what they do. It's their bread and butter. Neca are the movie license, uncanny valley realistic people type figures. Is what I'm trying to say. And the Joel and Ellie, they look good. Not perfect. Ellie looks a bit, she's got that kind of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, sort of look on her face, and it's like a different head sculpt would have been good, but still the older, more grizzled looking Joel looks so good, very wise and like, come on baby girl, we gotta go, we can't be doing this no more, you gotta trust me baby girl, I didn't kill all those people. Do a pretty good Joel as well. Why is Troy Baker getting all the voiceover roles and I'm not? It's Injustice. Oh, that's a good game too. Now, this was just a little sneaky announcement preview kind of thing, because let's face it, some of Neca's 31 Days of Frights were kind of scraping the barrel, but we got a preview look at the John Carpenter Thing figure, and this is enticing. It gets the giblets flowing a little bit. We don't really know what it's going to fully entail, but there probably will be lots of giblets in it. We see a bit of the dog thing, which, I mean, it's a wowie. I don't like seeing dogs, getting in trouble in movies, but still, the Thing is classic horror. And I think if they do, like, the full-on jaws and fangs and open mouth, like, super crazy, not the luchador, but a super crazy-looking John Carpenter Thing model, I think it might be too gross to go on my shelf, to be honest, but I will definitely be very, very interested to see it. The Iron Spider. Well done, Hasbro. Well done. Finally, thank you. Just like Dumb and Dumber would say, just when I thought you couldn't get any stupider, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourselves. I keep getting annoyed at Hasbro, and then they keep doing things that make me go, oh, you. All right, I'll take you back. And yeah, the Iron Spider, we've only had 2 little concept pictures, but it looks perfect. I mean, just straight up, it looks perfect. What quality are the legs gonna be? We don't know. There ain't no way to tell. And history has proven, might be dubious. But we want to find out. I want to find out. Because a lot of people, they're almost going to army build these. Because you can buy 3 of them. And then you've got the MVP, Scarlet Spiders. So much potential. And the fact that they can repurpose this to make a decent Superior Spider-Man. Oh! As the kids say, squee. I'm really, really excited to see this. Will it live up to my hype and expectations? Well, fingers crossed. But right now, I'm super hopeful. Oh me mya, Cy-Gor. This was one McFarlane figure I was itching, desperate for them to redo, and they've only gone and redone it. It's a cyborg monkey. What more do you want? A monkey is actually a measurement of money that we use in Essex. That this is the accent I'm doing, and now I'm suddenly Australian. I'm probably going to drop this now. I'm going to stop doing accents. I'm sorry, I got in a bit of an accent thing this this video. But yeah, a monkey is 500 quid, I think. I need to double check that. My brother-in-law is more of like an Essex lad. He'll be able to tell me. There's like a monkey, a pony, I think a badger. Either way, I digress. Cy-Gor. I was looking on eBay to buy an old Cy-Gor. I used to have the Cy-Gor from the 90s where you open his chest and a little simian cybernetic monkey comes out, but this looks even better. Probably my biggest surprise of the year so far has been the Violator. The Violator! I love saying that in the movie voice. I'm doing voices again. But I was so amazed at how big, chunky, hefty, and awesome the Violator is. So if Cy-Gor, that's the figure I'm talking about. If Cy-Gor is half as good, actually no, that's not true. If he's half as good, I'll be very disappointed. If he's as good as big, hunky? Is he as big, chunky, and hefty as Violator? Yeah, oh my goodness, they are going to look amazing on the shelf together. Let's go 1/6 scale with Hot Toys Infinity What If Ultron, or What If Infinity Ultron. Oh my goodness, there were some cool, crazy, wacky designs that came out of the What If series. I really enjoyed it. It was a mixed bag, but on the whole, I thought it was cool. And Infinity Ultron looked so badass, and this looks so badass. I'm so glad that we've got more Ultron in the MCU, because I love the James Spader Ultron. I thought that was great. Even if the movie was not perfect, the Ultron character and look was awesome. It's a shame that James Spader didn't do the voice in the show, but whatever. Sorry, bit gassy. I'm not a huge fan of the red Vision face inside the Ultron armor. I think that looks a little bit odd. It was just a design choice I'm not a big fan of. But all the Infinity Gems on the chest, the cape, the mask, yeah, that looks really cool. I'm not a Hot Toys guy, but if I was, that would be on my shelf. This is a super fun one that a lot of people kind of thumbed their nose at, but I'm not going to be one of them. The Neca Ninja Turtles Universal Monsters crossovers. These look really, really fun. I'm a sucker for Ninja Turtles. I love the different versions and variations, and I love something that's great about Ninja Turtles is that they can be reimagined in so many ways. There's, what's the name of the company? Five something toys. Either way, they're doing new Ninja Turtles as well. So many people have got the license to these guys, and they all do them differently. And the Universal Monsters mashups, we've seen, I think, is it Leonardo as Igor and Raphael as Frankenstein's monster. And granted, we've only seen promo pictures where they're beautifully lit and perfectly angled and stuff, but still, they look terrific. So much detail and character in the faces. They look like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what the other two are gonna be, but they just look awesome. And it takes me back to the late 80s when they were making like Elvis Turtles and just every different version and permutation of the hero turtles or Ninja Turtles you would get a turtle toy of, basically. They were really running out of ideas, but at the same time they weren't. They just made more. So this looks like a great little callback to those days, and also super fun designs. Mafex. Oh, Mafex. I've got my Ben Reilly. Like, I haven't got him, but I've got him pre-ordered. He's on the way. I saw D Amazing's review of him. Again, excellent work from D Amazing. He looks good. I can't wait to get him in my hands. In the meantime, though, I'm already excited for other Mafex stuff, like the Batman Huntress, the Batman Hush Huntress figure. I haven't read a lot of Batman, but I did read Hush because, let's face it, it was pretty much just a Batman greatest hits story with beautiful artwork by Jim Lee, so like, what's not to like? And Huntress was cool in that, and this figure from Mafex, there are so many of my action figures I look around at, I'm like, I could sell you an upgrade for Mafex. I could sell you an upgrade for Mafex. And Huntress, I don't even collect Batman, but I just wanted to point it out because it looks really great. The sculpting, the look, the face, the accessories, it just looks like a really cool, super articulatable. Never know the right word to say that. Articulate? No, she doesn't talk well. She moves well. Articulatable? I guess that's probably right. Either way, she looks really great. So I might not even buy her, but I remember seeing her and just going like, wow, that's a nice looking reveal. Hasbro killing it again this time with Baron Zemo. Also, I said before, the weirdest reveal that they were like, oh yeah, we've done Baron Zemo. There he is. I was like, what? Show it again. Like, nope. That's all you're seeing. So we only have like a little blink and you miss it sort of cameo of this Zemo in box, ready to go. I don't know why we didn't see more of it. It's very strange, but what we did see looks great, and I've been wanting a classic Zemo to go with my Thunderbolts, so that is awesome. Super happy for that. Marvel Legends again with the announcement, and again, this is what this list is all about. It's the announcements, the news, the biggest things of the month. Knull. Knull is coming, as they've been saying in the comics for so many years leading up to his debut. Knull is coming, and soon we'll be able to say Knull is here. And he's going to be 8 inches tall, either a Baff or a Build-A-Figure. I kind of hope he's a Baff, because that means there's going to be a hopefully Venom Knull themed wave. And me, I love me some Venom. Hasbro also showed us some new Fortnite figures, and I have one Fortnite figure now. I have Lynx. I got her for my space-aged cosmic mercenaries type shelf, and she fits in great there. There are pros and cons with the figure. A little bit plasticky, but a cool look, but kind of spindly. There are highs and lows. I will do a review at some point. But there are other figures from the upcoming ones that I just thought, you know what? Even if I don't get you, I like the look of you. I like your aesthetic. I like what you got going on. I forgot the names though. They were in particular, because they showed a couple, it was Funk Ops and Bushranger. And I just love, they're kind of wacky, but also you could conceivably be like, no, a crazy person would wear that in a battle. Or just like a super funky, there's not even a word for it. There's not even a word for the kind of person who would wear a cuddly bear costume head in a firefight. But if there is, that kind of person is someone who I would want on my shelf. Let's go back over to Star Wars now. The Black Series, I've only got the 2 figures, both Mandalorian, but there might be another one, or maybe not. What I'm getting at is Cobb Vanth? Cobb Vanth? Cobb Vanth. It is Vanth. Yeah, I thought I had a lisp there for a second. I was getting all dusty roads, baby. In fact, I'm going to do the rest of the century in the voice of the American dream, if you will. You see, Cobb... No, I'm not going to do that. But that was a good dusty roads, though, admit it. Cobb Vanth... Yeah, it is Vanth. It sounds so weird doing it like that. Maybe I just mistyped it. Who knows? First of all, what's the name of the actor? Oliphant. Timothy Oliphant. I didn't do a TH there where I should have. Timothy Oliphant. Slow down, Dave. Calm down. We're not editing this. Timothy Oliphant is kind of a boss. And it was great to see him in The Mandalorian, basically playing a sheriff, playing a Western sheriff. It looked really cool. And I liked his sort of version of the Boba Fett armor, because you had those recognizable trappings of the Boba Fett armor, but then with other accoutrements as well. And it just looked kind of cool. And the figure with the helmet off, yeah, I think that looks really cool. The only problem is, I think people have been saying, I might be wrong, but I think people have been saying like, this is a deluxe figure. Don't know why I was doing that. Figure. You can tell I haven't recorded for a while, and now that I'm doing it, I'm kind of in the zone and I'm having a good time. So it's going for the price of a deluxe, but then you look at it and it's like, this is not a deluxe figure. This is just a regular figure. Why are you charging us deluxe prices? Well, that's something only Hasbro can tell you. It's money. They want to make more money. I know, can you believe it? Companies making money. Shocking. By the way, subscribe to the Patreon. DC Multiverse Dark Knight. Have you ever heard of this little comic boom called The Dark Knight Returns? Again, not editing this. Too lazy. I'm exhausted. That's why I'm a little bit fried right now. Also, I'm mildly red wine drunk. But yeah, we've got the Joker, Batman, the Robin one, and Superman. And they look good. They look kind of like an affordable Dark Knights set, if you want to get an affordable Dark Knight set. I just like the aesthetic. I like the crazy, square-jawed, gritty Frank Miller kind of look. Although some of the facial expressions, I'm not too sure about some of them, but at the same time, you've got a horse Build-A-Figure, which I think is really fun. I think other people can repurpose that horse into other displays, characters like Black Knight maybe, or anyone who rides a horse. Maybe you could go with the Joel and Ellie Last of Us 2 collection. That could work. It's a lot of things you could use a horse for. Also, I love the fact that Batman is packed with the horse tail with like the plug that goes in, and someone commented like, I really hope that's a Build-A-Figure piece and not a Batman accessory. But, you know, that made me laugh. Neca Ash, Evil Dead 2. I love Army of Darkness, and Evil Dead 2 is the prologue to that, so to speak. Because Evil Dead 2, I enjoyed. It's a weird, wacky, slapstick horror movie, but Army of Darkness is really where I have the love. If they do an Army of Darkness, a new version of that Ash, I'd probably be all over that. But in the meantime, the Evil Dead 2 figure looks really great. The Bruce Campbell likeness is spot on. They've made a few of these, so they kind of got it down pat now. So they got young Bruce Campbell, the chin's all there, the accessories are all there. He looks really cool, so that was a perfect Halloween announcement. Metal Slug, the coin muncher from the arcades. I always loved the aesthetic of Metal Slug. The animated, cartoony kind of look, so pretty. And these figures that have been announced capture it stunningly. The amount of accessories they have as well, but really it's the angles of the faces of the animated styles. It just fits the action figures so well. They look beautiful. They're going to be really expensive, so I don't have quite enough nostalgia to fork out that kind of money, but in the same time, I can look back and go, no, those definitely qualify as big time reveals for October, because yeah, you look at the love that's gone into them and they look really stunning. Robocop, 1/4 scale figure. Well, it's not really a figure, it's a statue from Oniri Creations. Totally wasn't reading that off the screen. Oniri Creations have made a 1/4 scale Robocop statue, and oh gosh, it looks really beautiful. Really beautiful. I was about to, probably will sell my Hot Toys Robocop figures. I know everyone's saying like, no, you can't sell them. They're like the best figures that Hot Toys have ever done, or the best Robocop figures that have ever been made. And I agree, but at the same time, they're not getting the love they deserve. They're getting more dust than love, and that's not right. But in the meantime, this statue, oh my goodness, it just looks incredible with two different arms, the straight out and the gun cocked kind of look, and just they've captured 1987 Robocop, or 88. Either way, they've captured it perfectly. I love the look of this guy. If I've ever got a spare grand or so lying around, yeah, why not? Arcade coin munchers from the 90s is my nostalgic kind of place to be, where I want to call home. And Akira from Virtua Fighter just sums up that generation so well. When I was going googly-eyed watching Mortal Kombat 2, or more to the point, watching the bigger boys play Mortal Kombat 2, all of a sudden my attention was taken by this three-dimensional witchcraft on display at Virtua Fighter. And it's so funny to look back at those graphics now and be like, they're just like squares and cubes. It's really quite quaint, but it was mind-blowing back in 1993 or whenever it was. And this figure, Akira, he is the Ryu of Virtua Fighter, and they don't score any points for creativity, I'll say that. But still, it's an iconic figure from a company that has made a living out of making iconic video game characters look cool, so this one I have no doubt is going to make a lot of people very happy. Marvel Legends was still bringing the heat with the Captain America 20th anniversary reveal. There were lots of rumors swirling about this 20th anniversary line remaking that original wave of figures. We've seen two now. The Iron Man I'm not so impressed with, but Captain America was a big get hype reveal for me. I totally appreciate that. I love what they've done, the upgrades with the paint and the sculpt and the head and the brighter blue. Real shame they didn't include a perfect shield that doesn't have holes in it. Jeez Louise, Hasbro. But still, that figure looks good enough that he still makes the list. Regardless of the shield shortfall, he still looks pretty cool. Hi, I'm Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and I'm coming to Shudder! How many of you have watched that advert before YouTube videos every day for the last month? Don't get me wrong, I love Elvira. In fact, that's why I'm saying the new Elvira figure looks really great. I couldn't believe it, actually, when I was seeing the previews for this new Elvira show. I was like, oh, they've got a new person to play Elvira. And it wasn't until I sort of read up on it, I was like, oh no, wait, this is the same Elvira from 40 years ago. She really is a vampire. That's insane. This lady is clearly a beyond the dead goddess because she looks incredible. She must be 60 if she's a day. But no, she looks awesome. And a figure sort of immortalizing her, you can see who I have crushes on. So Elvira and Abby from The Last of Us. There's not much of a Venn diagram crossover there, but hey, takes all sorts to make the world go around. Elvira looks great, the figure looks like her classic 80s look, some nice accessories, and the hair looks kind of, like, what do you call it? I was going to say synthetic hair, but all the hair on action figures is synthetic. But you know what I'm saying. It looks like a lot of fun. I dig Elvira, I dig this figure. It was a fun Halloween reveal. We were all getting hype for the Mezco Fantastic Four. Me in particular, I haven't plonked down my money yet, but I think I will. I'm just a bit hesitant to actually press the button, But I think the biggest thing that's going to make me really want to go for that is the fact that they also announced Doom as well. Mezco Doom. We've only got a couple of pictures. We really can't see what he involves, but it's going to be incredible. It's gonna look amazing, it's gonna be expensive, but it's gonna be so good. So the fact that they've even just announced him, shown a little picture, already I'm just like, I'm all in, take my money, give me the Fantastic Four, give me Doom, and I'll be a happy man. And finally, I think the biggest reveal for October for me personally was Hasbro Doctor Strange. It's funny because, I know there are a lot of reveals that maybe were like bigger figures or more sort of impressive, expensive, high-end type things, but Doctor Strange, we've been clamoring, we've been begging, we've been manifesting with the wailing winds of Watum to get a Doctor Strange figure. We've been trying to open that portal to get Hasbro to push a figure through for the last 20 years. Because we got Doctor Strange really early. And I'm not including the black costume Strangers because no one wanted those. Classic Doctor Strange. And they did it right. Again, Hasbro. You done it right. He's got all the accessories, different heads, 3 heads. 3 heads, it's fantastic. No, but I'm worried because I'm like, I hope that when I get mine, he's intact, his paint is good, his joints are good. It sucks that I have to have my fingers crossed, hoping that I get one that is actually what I want. But if he is, then I'll be super happy. You can see the salt is still real. There's apparently 200... Hey guys, funny story. I bet you're wondering, what just happened? Why has the scene changed? What's going on? Well, my camera ran out of power right before I finished the list. Thank goodness I actually had finished the list, because when I did my sign off and then took my camera, I saw that it was dead and I was like, oh, when did it stop recording? I thought I had just been talking into the ether for 25 minutes without recording it. Thank goodness that wasn't the case, but I didn't get to finish the video and do the sign off. So guys, that was my list of my top, however many it was, 20-ish? My top biggest reveals for October. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I might make this a monthly feature where every month I'll do a recap show of what were the biggest things to come out of the month. So that's going to be a fun thing to look forward to. Guys, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond, then you can go over to patreon.com/display model behavior, just like these saviors of model behavior did, and you can go and watch all the various exclusive videos, the Legends Legacy review, film reviews, and all the other stuff that I put up on there to say thank you for helping out the channel. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another episode, but until then, keep displaying model behavior.